Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Eastern Washington University Recreation Center for this ACHA matchup between the hometown Eastern Washington Eagles and the visiting University of Idaho Vandals. Eastern Washington taking a 6-0 victory last night over these Vandals. Same two teams in action here tonight. My name is Tyler Pisani. Gary Allen has the night off, so you're stuck with me for the entirety of this game. Taking a look in between the pipes for Idaho is Jack Silflo, and for Eastern Washington, number 31, Sam Brash, the 5'11 netminder from Spokane, Washington. Underway now are these two teams. Got a brand new scoreboard clock here tonight. Let us know what you guys think of that in the comments. Idaho's able to get it into the attacking zone first tonight. A little bit different than what we saw last night. Joel Lusk going to carry it up the far side. He's going to go straight to the goal mouth, loses it as he tries to cut that one back. And Eastern still with the puck. Isaac Hood, he had two last night. He's going to go up top to Mac Tierney. Tierney, shot fired down into the corner. Asa Cheney going to pick it up on the low wall. Send it in, rims it around. And on the far side there to pick it up is going to be Roundtree. Lusk with it again, looking for his man Isaac Hood out in the center. Hood can't get a hold of it. And now heading the other direction is Oliver Keefe. We said his name quite a bit last night, both good and bad. He was all over the ice in just about every play, but spent some extra time in the penalty box. That's something that Idaho's going to want to try and keep away from today. Although Eastern Washington not very effective on the power play so far this season. They haven't made teams pay for those mistakes. Brash pushes that one off into the corner, his first touch. Ludwig going to pick it up for the Vandals. He was another one that we said his name a lot last night. These two teams a little scrappy towards the end. So we'll see if the officials can keep them even-keeled. They were able to keep everybody safe last night. One change for the Eastern Washington squad, Jaden Hofacker. We saw him slow to the bench last night. He is scratched today with a lower body injury. So we won't be seeing Tank, which Gary's not here. So not necessarily going to hear as much from me as you would if Gary was here. Tank definitely his favorite player on the Eagles. Back into the neutral zone. Jake Best fires it down the ice, able to get it in. He was across the red stripe, so that won't be an icing. There to pick it up is Wilson. He's going to push it off over to the near side. Eastern tries to get that away, and Flood's able to chop it back down out around the corner, but instead it's Jekyll that has it. He's going to feed it up ahead. Stretching out was Sackerson. He was able to hold on to that over the blue line, and then he is knocked to the ice by Jake Best. Still with the puck are the Vandals. Wilson circles the Eastern net, tries to send it out. Bringing it into the zone, that was Graves, just a little bit late, so everybody had to reset in a gray jersey. Eastern unable to really maintain any possession here early on. Their starts this season have been a bit of a struggle. Hit in the neutral zone, Flood on Graves. Now it's going to get sent all the way around. Shot from the slot, deflected in traffic. Now Waylon Belair going to send it up the side. He's going to give chase. And he gets down there enough to give some troubles to the Idaho Vandals. Back out into the neutral zone with Tierney. Pressure coming from Midgarden as that one is again sent in to the near side corner. Puck right out front, shot by Belair. He's looking for a trip maybe as he got that shot off, but the best opportunity I've seen for him this season. Eriks now circles his own net. Pressure from Midgarden. Eriks can't get it out of the Eastern Washington end. Now a second attempt. And now Stevenson comes in to clear it up. Here comes Belair. He's got Laughlin on the near side. Belair sauced over to Laughlin. Kicked off into the corner. This time by Adam Paulson of the Vandals. Back behind his own net is Graves. Vandals play dangerously, putting that one right out to the top of the crease. Coming away with it is Idaho, though. Still through the neutral zone. Looking to make one more move was Keefe. He lost it. Has to circle back into his own end. Now gives it away to the far side to Paulson. Another takeaway by Eastern Washington. Kind of stumbling through the neutral zone was Lusk, and now Hood on the near side. He comes across the blue line for the Eagles. Hood skates to the center of the zone, takes a shot, kicked away by the netminder, Silflo. His first real save of the night. 15-50. Left to play in this first period. Idaho still looking for their first goal on Eagle Ice this year. It'll be Keefe against Lusk on top of that dot. Linesman comes in, drops the puck, tie up on top of that dot, and kicked away by Lusk. Pushed that right back out to Thompson. He had a good shot, just a bit too tall. He's taken down to the ice. Now Eriks, he's able to get it, puts that shot towards the goal mouth, but it bounces off of the Vandal player in front of him, Graves, who then sends it all the way down the ice. They're going to say no icing as Tierney picks it up behind the Eastern Washington net. He has it taken off of his stick, pass right out front. A swing and a miss by Vaughn, sends his stick swinging, or sailing rather. Lusk now making a couple of players miss, comes across the blue line. He's going to split the defense, looking for somebody out front. He's got Hood, and he gets taken down on the scoring line there, down low, able to come back to the bench now. Across to Hood. He's not able to handle that cleanly from Cole Best. Now back up top to Wells. Wells looking for that top corner. Silflo gets there, but he's not able to hold on to it. Best again behind the net, looking for Hood. Hood spins around. He can't find the puck. And coming away with it now are the Vandals and Bobby Ludwig. He's pushed off of the puck by Best. And now Eagles again with a offensive zone takeaway. This one back up top to Wells. He's going to sail that in around the corner, finds his own man, tries to get it out front. Eagles still with possession. Cole Best looking for Frank Flood. He's going to go out front. Another bouncing puck. Spinning around is Jake Best. He's going to get it over to the corner to Cole. Now back up top. Shot taken right out front. Almost there by Brandon Blazkovic. He was looking to send that in through traffic. A new Eagle out here on the ice. Just his second game here in an Eastern Washington uniform. Flood with it at his own blue line. The Eagles looking to build out of their own zone. Flood all alone now at his own blue, or at the Idaho blue line, has it taken away by Graves. And as the Vandals try and bring it up the close wall, they're able to get it into the Eastern Washington zone, giving chase is Rebe. He's able to get there, puck right out front and just off the mark. Flood picks it up. He's got a man on his back, a high dump into the Vandal side of the neutral zone. Picking it up and dropping it right to his stick is Graves. He's going to bring it up the left side. Tierney can't separate him from the puck. Graves still with it on the ice. He's still down, finally able to get the puck away from him, but still with the Idaho Vandals. Puck sent out front now, this time pushed away. A shot by Graves from in front of the Eastern Washington bench. Now this one's tipped out into the neutral zone, slapped ahead by Lachlan. And now across the blue line, here comes Belair. He tries to split the defense, and just a step too late. They're going to give him the penalty for that, though. A slash coming against the Idaho Vandals, and that'll be the first penalty of the contest. The second night in a row that Waylon Belair has tried to force the issue and drawn a penalty. This one coming 7 minutes, 10 seconds of the first period. It'll be Jesse Midgarden for a slash. So Eastern Washington on the power play. Looking to make quick work of it. Weren't able to convert at all on the power play. Did have a shorthanded goal last night, Eastern Washington did. Lusk pushes that ahead. Cheney comes in a bit too deep. Has to poke that one away to Hood. Hood now over to the far side to Lusk. Lusk has Wells up top. Thinking about going far side to Cheney, and that's where he goes. Cheney fires that off of the stick of the man in front of him. Now over to the far side again from Hood. Lusk with it again for the Eagles. Eastern thinking about cycling the zone. Finally gets there. Hood takes a shot, looking to go inside of the near post. And Silflo uses his glove for the 6th time today. 1:24 left on the power play. The new scoreboard up there. You guys can actually see the penalty clocks now. You can see the shots. Trying to improve the broadcast ever so slightly. And all of this thanks to the Eagles Hockey Booster Club, who have helped set up this broadcast, who have helped get us a new camera, a new mixer to make sure that we're providing you guys everything that you expect from the Eastern Washington University hockey broadcast. If you're looking to donate, you're looking to join or help support the club, head over to eagleshockeyboosters.com or find them at Eagles Hockey Boosters on Facebook. Under a minute now on the power play. That one clangs off the side, and it's going to be sent all the way back down as Wells is going to scoop it up in front of his own net, circles back behind the cage and pauses. 40 seconds left on the power play. Wells going to wait for his team to set up. Best circling at the blue line. He's going to come from the far side to the near side of the far, and instead Frank Flood does the opposite, feeds it ahead to Best. Now Flood with it on the far side. Flood surveys the ice, walks it towards the goal mouth, gets it right back. Carew up top to Tierney. Tierney can't get that one away cleanly, and it's going to get sent back down the ice and held up by Sam Brash. 10 seconds left on the power play. The Eagles going to get one more chance to get it down the ice here with that man advantage. Still some tired legs on the ice for the Vandals. And with the puck in the attacking zone, Eastern Washington, or the Idaho Vandals, have a chance to get some fresh skates, but now here come the Eagles. Best on the right side as we're back to five-a-side hockey. This one bounces off the wall. Flood picks it up, and now Cole Best with it. Cole thinks about it. Can't get a clean one off. They tried to get it over to Tierney, but that one's taken away right at the blue line. And a hit at center ice is going to send Vaughn back to the bench. Chasing into the zone goes Wilson for the Vandals. He's chasing it down into the corner. He's knocked down onto the ice. Maybe a check from behind, but they're going to say no. And now after not getting the call that he wanted, it looks like Benton Wilson going to get a 2-minute timeout for lipping off. And that's going to put Eastern Washington back on the power play. So this penalty coming 9 minutes and 51 seconds of the first period. It's going to be Benton Wilson for unsportsmanlike. So the Eagles, again, an opportunity here to pull ahead early. They exited the first period on the back door for Bel Air, just can't make it happen. They exited the first period last night up 1-0, and then really came alive in the second half of the second period, and that's kind of been their story this year. Not a whole lot going in the first period. We saw that in San Jose. We saw that against Cal, and we saw that against Montana. So Eastern really looking to get on the board here early in this first period, and this is their second opportunity on the power play. That one played ahead into the neutral zone, but Ludwig going to fire it into the end. Tierney, easy leave off for Lusk. Lusk, parallel to the blue line, finally comes across. He took one too many steps north or east and west. Sam Thompson went north and south, and that'll be an offside with 1:05 left to go on the unsportsmanlike minor to Benton Wilson. Face-off coming in front of the Idaho bench. Ludwig wins it for his team. Now it's going to roll all the way down. Brash thinks about coming out. He's just going to leave it for Lane Eriks. Eriks behind his own net. Mugged off of the puck by Vaughn. Actually, rather, that's Rebe. And now Rebe pinned against the boards by Eriks and Hood. Thompson trying to fish out that puck. Able to get it away are the Eagles. And now Lusk behind his own net, having to build up the full 200 feet. 40 seconds left on the power play. 4 gray jerseys in front of him. He finally gets it across the blue line. Has Hood near side. That's where he goes. Hood can't field it cleanly, but he's going to go forehand, backhand, forehand, middle of the chest for another save by Jack Silflo. 29 seconds remaining on that power play. Glove side of Silflo. Tie up on the faceoff dot. Coming away with it is Harrison Smith. This one touched ahead. Nobody there for Eastern Washington, but able to keep it in the zone. Hood circles off to the left side for the Eagles. He's going to lay it off on the far wall to Lusk. Lusk still with the puck for Eastern Washington. Sends it behind the Idaho net. First player there is a Vandal. And Jekyll going to hold on to it. We'll see what the stoppage is for here. Looks like the net. Puck got stuck in the backside of the net, so we'll have a stoppage with 8:05 to play. Another faceoff coming in the Idaho zone. Puck down, won by the Vandals. Flood fighting for it down in the corner. Cheney not able to keep it in. And now here comes Sackerson across the blue line for the Vandals. Able to get it into the Eastern Washington end, but not far. Now swing and a miss and back into the Vandals side of the ice. Wilson with it. He's looking for that big stretch pass and just out of the reach of Sackerson. So that'll be another faceoff coming all the way down to the Eastern Washington end of the ice. Face-off coming on the far side, stick side of the netminder. Shot turned and fired off the wall. Flood going to pick it up down low. An odd angle, and it's bounced off the side of the cage. Best pulled down from behind. Him and Wilson tied up together. Now Jake Best feeds it out front, and a good clearance there. Good breakup by Ellis Jackal of the Vandals. And the hit by Flood wakes up this crowd. Back with Wilson on defense. Wilson finds a man down low in Sackerson. He's going to come across. He's going to send it across the blue line, rather. Head back to the bench. Now on the far side, Cole Best. A couple of gray jerseys surround him. He's going to give it away. Now Flood has to body off of that puck. Can't get it any further than the waiting stick of Harrison Smith. And Midgarden lining up the hit on Blazkovic. Now Flood with it across the blue line. He has it taken away by Rebe. And now Wells with it. He's going to circle back behind his own net, giving chases Midgarden. Off of the wall behind the official. That's going to bounce out into the neutral zone. A hit off of the puck there as Cheney and Midgarden came together. Now Stevenson gets it out. The Eagles just trying to clear the ice, get some fresh skates out there. And that one cleared in by Graves, but right off of his own man at the blue line. Idaho playing defense for Eastern Washington here a couple of times. Cheney chases it back behind his own net for the Eagles. Nice easy play along the wall, gets it to Stevenson. Stevenson in front of the Eastern Washington shoot, sends it back all the way in front of the Eagles bench. And Laughlin going to push it up ahead. He can't get it any further than the waiting stick of Keefe, and now the Vandals in control. Graves up at the top of the zone. He can't get to it. Now Belair looking for that stretch pass. He gets it at the blue line. Looking for the pass over out front to Laughlin. Gets it to him, and just a couple of steps away from that one was Laughlin. Those two will link up this season. A couple of new players for Eastern Washington out there. Good to see them linking up on the same line. And now Laughlin taking a big hit, but withstanding that, getting right back up, getting the shot on net, sticked away by the netminder. Laughlin earning his keep here on this shift, and still able to get a couple of shots on net. Eriks comes together with Keefe behind the goal. Bouncing puck out front. That one's sent away by Tierney. Belair now feeds it ahead to Laughlin. Laughlin trying to push it a little further. And now here comes Wyatt Stevenson. He overskates that one. Now pushed into the zone by Hagenbaugh. But Tierney trying to get it back out off of the wall. Lusk now trying to use his speed, instead lays it off for Wells. Wells across the blue line, has a couple of players in front of him, looks to take that shot in and out of the midsection of Silflo, and he's going to cover that one up with 4:33 left to play in this opening period. A bit of a scramble for Eastern Washington here in the middle of the frame. Idaho knocking on the door, got their first couple of shots during that last sequence. Puck to the Eagles sticks. That one sent back. Errant pass by Eastern Washington. I think that was Lusk. Now Wells having to clean it up in the Zamboni corner. 2 gray jerseys, 2 black jerseys. Now coming away with it is Ludwig. Bobby Ludwig with it. One-handed pass back up to the point to Chadwick. Now Ludwig able to keep it in, but just barely. And now he has it poked out by Hood. Ludwig with it again across the blue line, gets past Cheney. He's going to fire a shot into the glove of Sam Brash for his 3rd save of the night. Under 4 remaining in this opening period. Nine shots for Eastern Washington so far. Just 3 for the Idaho Vandals. This one sent all the way back to Graves. Best has it. He tries, turns around, looking for his brother Cole, crashing on the near post, but just couldn't get it away to him. So now Jekyll with it. He's going to push it up ahead at the blue line. Eriks chops it in. Now he's going to go near side. Best on the near side. Tries to feed it out front. And now Carew going to chop it down into the corner, looking for Flood. Flood has it now on the low wall. He's going to send it all the way back around, right out front, bouncing puck. Cleaned up by Best. Now some pushing and shoving in front of the net. Shot taken in and out of the midsection of the netminder, and now pushing and shoving behind the goal as Silflo kind of leans back and covers that one up. But Best and I believe that was Jekyll in the middle having a few words. Eagles win it. Back up top. Chop it down into the corner now. And Belair not able to keep it in, but he goes parallel to the blue line, lets his team get out, and then able to chop it back in. Now a chance heading the other direction for Keefe. He's taken down from behind by Cheney, and Cheney's going to get sent to the box for a hook, but better than leaving Keefe off all by himself. This penalty going to come 17-19 of the first period. It's Cheney for a hook. Face-off coming. Glove side of Sam Brash. The first power play of the night for the Vandals. They'll look to take the early lead here tonight. Shot fired by Wilson. Eastern did get a shorthanded goal last night, or a 4-on-4 goal, rather. So I'm pushed ahead, now sent down the ice. Actually, it was Eastern got both last night, a 4-on-4 and a shorthanded goal. So playing with 4 skaters, no inhibitor to them last night. And again, you see it here. They're looking to be offensive. Hood has it, goes through the legs of one man, makes another miss. He's got Lusk on the backside who just can't find that hole. But a good series there for Eastern Washington on the penalty kill. That one off of the leg pads of Hood. Now Lusk on the far side. Overskates it, but a swinging no-look pass near side to Hood. Hood thinks about the pass, spins around, loses his skates, ends up in the wall. Able to hold on to the puck, but only for just a moment halfway through the Asa Cheney minor penalty. Some speed now for Harrison Smith as he chases that one down into the corner. Wells going to pin him up against those boards. Now send it near side. First player there is going to be Paulson for the Vandals. That's where the puck is again. Shot from the face-off circle, off the side of the cage. Paulson going to get another chance at it here out front, and another whistle coming. It looks like it's going to be Eastern Washington. Mac Tierney going to go to the box. So the Vandals going to have their best opportunity of the weekend, a 5-on-3 for 31 seconds. 18:48 of this period. I believe that was an interference. So Eastern in a 5-on-3, 20 seconds left on that one. Puck out front. They had a couple of scoring opportunities on the 5-on-3 late in the game last night. Back with the puck now is Graves. And swallowed up by Brash with 50.1 left in the period. 9 seconds left on the Asa Cheney minor. Mac Tierney going to have to head back to the box after the intermission, assuming Eastern Washington can hold this off. He'll have about 40 seconds, 50 seconds, give or take, when he heads back into that box in the second period. Eastern doing a good job of trying to kill off this penalty, pinning the puck against the boards. And here comes Asa Cheney out of the box. And he's going to head to the bench as Best Cole comes out of the box. Both Best brothers on the ice now. And Best, Jake, going to knock down a player at the top of the crease, and he might be headed back to the box for that one. Eastern Washington going to have to keep their head on straight here. A 6-0 victory last night can easily turn to a 6-0 defeat tonight if they can't stay out of the box. Especially if this is Jake going to go head to the box and give them another 5-on-3, this time for a minute 20. And that is what's going to happen. So this coming 19:30 of the first period, it'll be Jake Best. And it looks like they're also going to send Reagan Graves. So might not be the end of the world for Eastern Washington, but still not a penalty that you want to take. So it looks like they'll get coincidental roughing minors. So we will have some 4-on-3 hockey, lots of open ice out here. It's almost like a power play in the overtime in NHL. 30 seconds left here. Back to Paulson. He's going to try and feed it out front. Up to the top of the zone goes Wilson. Wilson off of the boot of Wells. Now near side to Paulson. Paulson fires a shot into traffic. Backdoor. Nobody able to pick it up. And it looks like the net is dislodged with just under 10 ticks left in this first period. And again, a huge shout out to the Booster Club for helping set up this new camera, especially with all of these penalties. It's nice to not have to try and do all of the math for you guys at home. You can see who's where and how much time we've got left. So a big shout out to the Eagles Hockey Booster Club for helping make this broadcast what it is and helping make the team what it is this season. Face-off won by the Eagles just for a moment, though. And a dump, but just to the glove of Wilson. He's going to try and get a shot off. As the time expires, puck slides over to the near side. The Eastern Washington going to escape the end of this period, level with Idaho, but not for lack of trying, as the Eagles sent 3 players to the box in the final 3 minutes of this period. When we come back, Eastern going to be on a 4-on-3 penalty kill. The Idaho Vandals going to have some fresh skates looking to strike first. You're watching Eastern Washington University men's hockey. Friends and family, welcome back to the Eastern Washington University Recreation Center for this hard-hitting matchup between the Eastern Washington Eagles and the visiting University of Idaho Vandals. First period, pretty mellow in terms of score. Both teams unable to find the back of the net. Both teams having 2 power play opportunities. Right now, the Idaho Vandals, 49 seconds remaining on their second power play opportunity of the contest, and this a 5-on-3 opportunity. As sitting in the box for Eastern Washington to start this period is Mac Tierney for an elbow. He's got 49 seconds left. And Jake Best for a matching roughing with Vandal Reagan Graves to make this 4-on-3. It's essentially an NHL-style overtime power play. And you can see all of that on the scoreboard. Again, a big shout out to the Eagles Hockey Boosters for helping get us set up and provide you guys with such an incredible broadcast. Now you can see all of the penalty clocks and the shots and everything going on there. So be sure to thank them. Thank Executive Director Shelby Fitzgerald when you see her around the rink. And if you want to get involved, head over to eagleshockeyboosters.com or find Eagles Hockey Boosters on Facebook. Face-off won by the Eagles back into their own end. 30 seconds remaining on the Tierney minor penalty. Still 4-on-3 out here. Hood going to come away with it. He's going to touch it up ahead as Stevenson touches that at his own blue line. It's going to go all the way down the ice. 15 seconds left on the power play for the Vandals. They'll have one more trip down the ice here. In the second period, this power play hangover is a little bit more pronounced as the teams have to get all the way across the neutral zone and into the attacking zone before they can get to their bench. Out of the box comes Tierney. Back to 4-on-4 hockey for the next 35 seconds. The Eagles able to find the back of the net at one point last night on the 4-on-4. Also able to find the back of the net shorthanded last night were the Eagles. Vandals with it in the neutral zone. Eriks comes together with Rebay, spinning around, falling down to the ice, back out into the neutral zone. Across the blue line comes Wilson. He's going to try and take it towards the goal mouth, and instead it's sent back out into the neutral zone by the Eagles. Out of the box comes Best and Graves. So back to 5-a-side hockey here for the first time in the second period. Lusk able to pin that against the wall, at least for a moment. Now back out into the neutral zone. Through the neutral zone goes Hagenbaugh across the blue line. He's going to take it into the far corner, and Brash pins that against the blue paint. As the two teams get their first 5-on-5 stoppage, resetting their lines here for the first time in the second period. 1 minute, 52 seconds into the frame. Face-off coming, stick side of Sam Brash, the freshman netminder for the Eagles. It's going to get pushed ahead, now to the far side to Cole Best. He brings it near side to Flood. Flood going to send it around over to Best in the far corner. Best has Wells out front. He tries to get him a backhanded pass, can't get to him. Now Jake Best up to the top to Asa Cheney. Bouncing puck tipped at the goal line and into the netting in front of the scoreboard. So we'll have another stoppage and a face-off coming on the Vandals' end of the ice. Won by Best for the Eagles. Tierney from the far side slot now point now near side to Eriks. He's going to take that shot into the glove of Silflows. And we'll have another face-off coming here on the near face-off circle this time, right in front of the Eastern Washington shoot door. It'll be Best against Paulson. Tie up on the face-off circle. Actually, it looks like that was Joey Vaughn out there against Best. Cole Best with it now on the far side. He's got a couple of players up top near the blue line. Tierney has it. Takes that shot, bouncing around into the legs of the Eagles, and now on the far side it goes Chadwick. They're going to say no icing. Flood going to give chase to that one as Paulson and him meet up on the far boards. Chadwick going to come in there. That's going to be a delayed penalty against the Vandals. They're going to call that a rough. So Eastern Washington going to get their first shot at the man advantage here in the second period, just 2 minutes, 58 seconds into the frame. As it looks like it's going to be Adam Paulson, 2 minutes for a rough. Hear the Eastern Washington fans here in the building cheering for that one. Eagles unable to make anything happen. Like I said on the power play last night, this will be their third opportunity today, their ninth of the weekend. Wells with it near side, back up top, right out front, sticked away by Graves before it got to his netminder. Hood has it, plays with it to Wells on the near side. Wells sees a spot, goes 5-hole, back of the net. Trenton Wells able to open up the scoring for Eastern Washington, getting them on the board on the power play. And just like that, Eastern Washington leading 1-0. Thanks to 6'1" defenseman Trenton Wells. That goal coming 3:22 of the second period. See who they assign the assist to. I would assume Lusk. They're going to say unassisted power play. Unassisted power play goal for Wells. He's one of those guys that's always out there leading on the ice. I wouldn't be surprised when the coaching staff hands out letters here soon if he ends up with one of them. Good defensive play there by Eriks on the back end to knock that away from Keefe. Good to see Trent get rewarded for his efforts on that one, going 5-hole from distance. Bouncing puck out front. And an opportunity for the Vandals, and they're able to find the back of the net for the first time this weekend. As they had Brash stretched out across his goal line, and Thomas Roundtree finds the back of the net. 3 minutes and 55 seconds into the period, just 33 seconds after Wells's goal. So Roundtree with the goal. We'll see who they give the assists to. It looks like they're going to give it to Hagenborough. So officially, Roundtree from Hagenborough at 3:55 of the second, and we are again all tied up here. Wells lost his stick, now having to chase the puck down into the corner using just his feet. Kicking against the wall, and now coming away with it are the Eagles. Looking to take it right up the center is Lusk. He's looking to use his speed and his stick skills. Gets it towards the front. A shot and a goal! Joel Lusk finds a little tiny hole inside of the near post. And that is going to put the Eagles right back up on top. The goal coming 4 minutes, 38 seconds from Lusk. And that one again unassisted. The Eagles' second unassisted goal of the night. This one 4:38 of the second period from Joel Lusk, putting the Eagles back on top by one. We've seen 3 goals in 76 seconds, and I don't expect that to stop anytime soon. These two teams hungry to find that scoreboard. Now Flood with it on the far side. He's got Jake Best in the center. He takes the shot looking for the rebound. Best has to come down, pick that up along the low wall. Taken away by the Vandals. Now here comes Ludwig. He's across the blue line. Makes a couple of men miss. Shot taken. Now near side. Benton Wilson with it. Bouncing puck right out front, and somehow it goes up over the top of Sam Brash. He couldn't find the puck in front of him, and it was just lifted right up over the top of him And another goal, this time 5 minutes and 21 seconds into the period. And it looks like they're going to give Sackerson credit for that one. And just like that, we go from 0-0 to 2-2 in less than 2 minutes. So just like that, square again. They're going to call that a delayed offside. Eastern Washington was carrying the puck out of the zone. So instead, they're basically going to give a face-off right where Eastern Washington had the puck, in front of the Idaho bench with 14:27 left to play in the second period. Knotted up at deuces on the scoreboard. Idaho closing that gap in the shots category. Now Eastern only 3 more shots on the board than the Vandals. Thompson tries to rim it around, can't get it any further than the corner. Puck's deep in the Eastern Washington end. Wells thinks about it, trying to get it down the ice. Bouncing puck, finally kicked out by Graves in the neutral zone. He's going to carry it to the far side. And that one over the glove of Sam Brash. And Idaho again finds the back of the net. This one coming 6:03 of the second period. And I believe that was Graves with his first goal of the weekend. Now 5 total goals scored. Five total goals scored in less than 3 minutes. 2 by Eastern, 3 by the Vandals. Vandals back with it again. And now here comes Belair. He tries to send it up the ice, gets it to Masterson. Big hit down in the corner. Now some pushing and shoving from the Vandals as the puck's heading the other direction. Tierney taking on 2 Vandals in the corner. Looks like it's Midgarden and Smith. So we'll see who ends up in the sin bin. Might be 2 for the Vandals, 1 for Eastern Washington. So on top of 5 goals in this period, we've already had 5 players spend some time in the penalty box when you talk about the leftover penalties from that first period. So Eastern looks like they're going to get a penalty or a power play here. 6:38 of this first period as Tierney going to take a seat along with Midgarden and Smith. So a 2-minute minor on the board for Jesse Midgarden as Harrison Smith and Mac Tierney of the Eagles going to take coincidental minors here. So Eastern on the power play, down by 1 goal on their home ice. Puck sent all the way back to Brash. He's just going to leave it. His first player there is an Idaho Vandal in the form of Rebay. He's down on the ice. Now it's pushed up the near wall. Puck still down in the corner. Eastern not able to get to it first despite having numbers in the defensive zone. Cheney pushes it ahead. Now near side to Flood. Flood has to take it and send it in just softly past the end line. It's going to bounce behind the goal. Errant puck out front. Best can't hold on to it. Now it's going to be sent all the way back down. With some speed comes Wells. He scored the first one for Eastern Washington tonight. He's going to take one from distance into the glove of Silflo. Makes sense as his first goal found the 5-hole from distance. He tried it from the other side of the ice, and this time Silflo ready with the glove. So 1:07 left on the power play for the Eagles. 12:29 to play here in this middle frame. Face-off coming glove side of Jack Silflo, the netminder for the Vandals. Kicked away here and sent down the ice. Brash going to slow that up for his own man. Wells now takes it down into the corner, picks it up, spins around. Backhands it over to the far side to Lusk. Lusk is quick. He's looking to build up some speed. Cross the Pack Gate logo at center ice as he's knocked off of the puck by Roundtree. And the Vandals feeling confident here. Some heavy forecheck pressure. Now Eriks leaves it off for Wells. Wells sends it in, rims it around to the far side. Eriks waiting for it on the far side point. This puck back out front. Eastern just not able to hold on to the puck during this power play. Eriks now going to send it back in around. Lusk on the near side. He's got Wells up top. Go to the far side. Well read that time by Keefe. He's put into the wall by Thompson. Eastern tipped pass out front and just wide of the net. And going in to break it up was Sam Thompson. He may have had his mind hit prior to the whistle going. And it may have been just a second late. Now it looks like Lusk is going to go to the box. We'll see what he did. But not a position you want to be in if you're Eastern Washington. As you had a chance on the power play, couldn't convert. Now you're going to give a 1:54 power play. A 5-on-3 power play, in fact, to the Vandals as two Eastern Washington players now in the box. As it'll be Thompson and Lusk. Two on the top line here for Eastern Washington. This comes 8:33 of the period. Tie up right on top of the face-off circle. This one's going to roll down the ice. And out of the box comes Midgarden. So a 5-on-3 power play again. The third opportunity for the Vandals today with a two-man advantage. They haven't been able to capitalize on the power play yet, but lead this game 3-2. Ludwig has it up top. He's going to go to the far side. One-timer opportunity. Swing and a miss. Now Cheney trying to send it away. Good hug of the boards there by the Vandals on the far side. Wilson has it. Tries to fire it out front. Cheney trying to send it out of the zone and sends it right into the wall. Now near side. Holding on to it is Sackerson. He's going to go to the far side now. Back near side. Into the legs of Wells was Wilson. Puck out front, sent to the far side. Now picking it up is Sackerson. He's going to go up top to Wilson. Wilson, couple of steps into the players out front and then cleared by the Eagles as Best hurries to get back to the bench. The Eagles looking to get some fresh skates. 45 seconds left on the power play. The good news for Eastern Washington is those were assessed at the same time, which means that both players will come out of the box. And it's only a true 2-minute power play. Shot taken right out front. And now sent into the Idaho bench by Eastern. Out of the box comes Harrison Smith for the Vandals and Matt Tierney for Eastern Washington. They had been serving coincidental minors. 24 seconds left on the 5-on-3. 5-on-3 penalty kills tend to be momentum swingers. But Eastern not able to build up anything here really in the last 3 or 4 minutes since that goal from the Vandals coming from the stick of Reagan Graves. Spinning around on the far side is Keefe. Keefe takes a couple of steps towards the goal mouth, backhanded right out front by Roundtree and defended well by Sam Brash. This one sent down the wall. Jekyll with it. Penalties expired. And Sam Brash holds on to that one, giving his team an opportunity to get some fresh skates on the ice right at the end of that power play. just past the halfway point of this game. A reminder, Eastern won 6-0 last night, but tonight a completely different game, out shooting the Vandals 16-15 so far. But the Vandals leading 3-2 after a 5-goal flurry between the two teams that took just 2 minutes and 43 seconds. Linesman falls down and then almost has to take the puck again. Mishandled puck in the neutral zone by Cole Best. That one winged in next to the goal. Cheney has to try and clear that out. Jake Best going to pick it up. He's going to bring it up along the low wall. Gets past the first man with his speed. Tries to feed it out to the center. He's knocked down. That's going to be a penalty, so Eastern Washington going to get their chance as Sam Brash heads to the bench. Sam Brash not afraid to get to the bench on these penalties. When we were down in California, Eastern Washington took a penalty, and the players didn't get the door open enough. Sam Brash swan dives over the top of those boards to make sure that Eastern Washington can get their sixth skater out there as the netminder went to the bench. One of the most athletic things I've seen from a goaltender in a long time. And it's going to be Jekyll with a trip on that one. So Eastern Washington on the power play again. 1:40 left to play on that power play. The Eagles tied in shots with the Vandals now. But Eastern Washington going to have to find the back of the net on these power plays eventually. They do have one power play goal tonight. But 1 for 4 on the night. This is their 5th opportunity. Flood leaves it off for Eriks on the low side. Now back up top to Eriks. Over to the far side for Eastern Washington. Mac Tierney takes that shot, bouncing right back to Eriks. Tries a little baseball grab as that one rolled towards him. Couldn't hold on to it, so he's got to back skate into his own zone. Jake Best robbed of the puck in the middle of the neutral zone. And Eriks trying to send it again towards the Vandal zone. But here comes Graves across the blue line. He currently has the game winner. Still lots of time left to play. Tierney sends it off to the far side. Jake Best here to pick it up. It's going to be a delayed penalty against the Vandals. Actually, my apologies. I didn't hear the whistle there. It's going to be a penalty against Eastern Washington. Lane Eric's going to take a hook, it looks like. Gary and I talked about this a little bit yesterday. It's something we haven't seen, and that's going to be a slash, in fact. So far this season is the Eagles kind of shooting themselves in the foot like this, giving up the power play. So we'll have 4-on-4 for 51 seconds. But 12:19 into the second period, Lane Eriks is going to take a penalty for slashing. So 4-on-4 for 51 seconds, and then 1:09 of power play for the Vandals. Lusk has it. Almost loses an edge, but able to stick with it. He's muscled off of the puck by Crane. Now Crane with it out in the center of the zone. Back over near side for the Eagles. Up front to Hood, and he had an opportunity there as he picked it up. But again, into the midsection of the netminder. Eastern, a couple of breakaway opportunities like that last night, but the same outcome as the Idaho Vandals goaltenders able to get in the way of those pucks with their body and not just their equipment. 12 seconds remaining on this power, or on the 4-on-4 before the Vandals get a power play here late in the second period. Face-off coming, won by Hood. Hood trying to find somebody out front. Can't get it, has it knocked off of his stick by Eric Witt, and then into the Eastern Washington bench. So 4 seconds left to play on this 4-on-4 situation before the Vandals going to have 1:10 of power play opportunity. Face-off coming in the attacking zone for the Eagles. Face-off won initially by Lusk. then taken away by Idaho. Bouncing puck as out of the box comes Rebe, out of the bench rather, as Jekyll heads to the bench. 1:02 left to play on Lane Eric's minor penalty here. So the Vandals, another opportunity to add to their lead. They haven't been able to with the man advantage, haven't punished Eastern Washington yet. But eventually it's going to come. It's just a numbers game in this league. Sent back behind the net. There's Rebe. He's pinned up against the goal for a moment. Bouncing puck out front, and Brash covers that up. And coming in late with a stick is Bobby Ludwig. And in a game as intense as this one between the two teams, that's a good way to stir up the opposition. Shots tied at 17 between these two clubs. It'll be Bel Air against Rebe in the faceoff circle. Bel Air wins it for the Eagles. Back up towards the top of the zone. Now Bel Air pokes it ahead. Bel Air and Stevenson. Stevenson has it. Bel Air in the middle. Sauced it out to him. And just behind him, a good opportunity for Wyatt Steven and Waylon Bel Air. Again, some early season struggles there on those breakout plays, but they'll come together this year. We're seeing that for both teams. This one pushed away. Bel Air swings at that one, trying to get it away. Finally taken off of an Idaho Vandal stick, and now it's sent down into the corner. Bel Air going to give chase. He's going to try and make Silflo make a mistake. Instead, that one's sent up the wall, cleaned clearly by the Vandals. And back to five-a-side hockey. Keefe down the right side, bouncing puck out front, cleared away by the Eagles. Bel Air, at the end of a long shift, going to draw another penalty. That's the second time that he's drawn a penalty tonight. Doing just about everything he can out there. This one going to come 14:36. As I believe it's going to be Wilson for a check from behind. They're going to give him a cross check as he sent Bel Air down to the ice. So long shift for Waylon Bel Air pays off in another power play opportunity for the Eastern Washington Eagles, who trail by one. They do have one power play goal in this period. That started that 5-goal frenzy. Cheney going to take the shot from the top of the zone, bouncing away, sticked away by the netminder. Wells with it. He's going to go down low to Cole Best, right in front of the Eastern Washington shoot door. Now the Eagles still with it. Wells tries to feed it out front to his teammate, and a foot race between Wells and Keefe heading the other direction. Wells cuts him off and circles back behind his own net. He's got to go the full 200 feet with 1:30 left on the power play. Wells now on the left side across the blue line, looking to take it goalward. A few black jerseys out in front. Now Wells going to send it back into the corner. Jake Best with it. He's got his brother Cole in front of the net. He's got Wells as an outlet, and instead he's going to send it in around the boards to Flood behind the goal. Eastern Washington still with it. Cole Best able to keep it in on the far side blue line, right in front of his bench. Now Flood for Eastern Washington puts it out front, and Eastern can't get it to stay in the zone, so it's going to go all the way back down. Under a minute left to play on this power play. 4:18 left in the period. Cole Best going to bring it up the near side. Heavy pressure as he's put into the wall, removed from the puck. The Vandals not afraid to put that forecheck pressure on in the second period, even on the penalty kill. It helps when your bench is in that zone. 40 seconds left to play. This one pushed ahead to Hood. Hood going to make one-man miss, takes a shot, bouncing right out front. He had Cole Best as an outlet option. And a good opportunity there, maybe a little bit lower, would have gone off the leg pads of Silflo. But as it is, Silflo smothers that. 31 seconds left on the power play. Be sure to join us at the Barrel House after the game tonight. Players will be down there signing autographs. Stop by, say hi, take pictures, and support our local sponsors. Puck sent down the ice off of the corner there. Kind of an odd bounce as Brash lays it off for Tierney. 15 seconds left on the power play. Here comes Lusk looking to split the defense. He's going to pull the trigger from distance, and it's going to bounce to the near side corner. 3 seconds remaining on the power play, and that's going to get cleared right in front of the box. Lucky for Eastern Washington, as about a second earlier, and Wilson would have been able to walk right in on Sam Brash. 3:15 left to go in this second period. Lusk playing it near side to Thompson. Sam Thompson rims it around along that yellow runner. It's going to go to the far side now to Chadwick. The Eagles not able to keep it into the zone. Hood looking a little scattered out there, kind of passed that one off a bit to Sackerson, and it looks like he's going to draw potentially a penalty from that. And they may just be resetting. So good defense there by Eastern Washington. 2:49 left to play in the second period. Face-off coming to the glove side of Sam Brash, the freshman netminder for Eastern Washington. It'll be Belair against Vaughn, and Belair another face-off win. And that's going to go up into the netting. So they'll reset the goal here. Another good crowd here on a Saturday night after the Eastern football game today. Sometimes it's a little iffy if fans are going to have the stomach for 2 games in one day. And it's great to see the support the hockey team is getting here on campus this year. Again, Belair against Vaughn. This one through the legs of Belair, and he's knocked off that face-off dot. And here comes Laughlin on the far side. Duncan Laughlin, he's going to dump it in. And Belair going to have to fight for that puck, using his body a little bit and then muscled off of the puck. As Ludwig going to bring it up the right side. Tries to feed it out front into the hands of Asa Cheney, but he's not able to hold on to it. Now back up to Paulson. Takes a shot, gloved out of the air by Sam Brash. Reminder, goals scored in this period starting just 3 minutes and 22 seconds in. A power play goal from Trenton Wells. And then almost immediately, Thomas Roundtree scored for the Vandals. And then just 40 seconds after that, it was Joel Lusk for Eastern Washington. And then back-to-back goals from the Vandals by Sackerson and Graves. Those goals coming within 35 seconds of each other. Actually, those goals, I'm sorry, coming within 45 seconds of each other. But all 5 of the goals scored in this game coming just 3 minutes and 43 seconds apart. Puck right out front, not able to get the backhand off was Flood. So now it's going to skirt down the ice. Tierney has it at the blue line. He's going to try and push it ahead. Can't get it any further than Keefe. Now he's able to get it down into the zone, but still no sustained possession there for Eastern. Jekyll has it. He turns it over. Cole Best's going to have to chase back behind the net. He's got Flood out in front. Back up top to Eriks. Eriks down low to Cole. Cole Best with it. Back up top to Eriks. He's going to put that on net. Right out front is Flood. Flood trying to get that rebound off of the leg pads and just couldn't get it past the netminder. Delayed penalty coming against the Vandals here. As Best with it. He's going to dig it out. East are going to try and make it happen with 6 skaters on the ice as Brash heads towards the bench. And finally, the Vandals touch it up with 1:04 to play in this period, and they will head to the box. This penalty coming 18:56 of the second period. And it's Jekyll for interference, 2 minutes. 1:04 left to play. Eastern Washington on the power play again. They've been able to score one time tonight. Weren't able to capitalize at all last night. So a chance for their special teams to get them back into this. It's always easier to score on a power play at the end of a period than it is at the beginning after the teams have had 20 minutes of rest. So Eastern going to be really hard pressed to try and score here in the next 49.3 seconds. Like I say, that's a hand pass by Eastern, so bring it back out into the neutral zone where it'll be Cameron Rebay for the Vandals squaring off against Joel Lusk for Eastern Washington. That one won by Lusk, but all the way back into his own end. Wells picks it up behind his net, stops, and then starts again with some speed coming down the ice. 40 seconds left on the stick of Hood. Hood ahead to Wells. Wells scored the first goal tonight from right about this same area. Now Lusk with it. Lusk across the ice. Shot taken right out front. A good read by Silflo on that shot by Asa Cheney. As he read that through traffic, found it with his glove, and with 23.2 ticks left on the clock in this period, we'll have a face-off to Silflo's glove side, his left hand. The crowd here getting into the music, a little Carrie Underwood action. Singing along as the music went away. 10 seconds left in this period. Hood looking for somebody. He's got Wells out front. Wells shot, bouncing right out front. Looking to find the back of the net, and nobody in an Eastern Washington uniform can hit inside of that red square. And they will have to take this power play to the locker room. Eagles losing 3-2 in this one after the second period, but still 20 minutes of action coming up. Eastern out shooting the Vandals 22-19. Quick scoring recap. Eastern opened up the scoring in this game 3 minutes, 22 seconds into the second period, thanks to Trent Wells. The next goal scored just 33 seconds later by the Vandals, Thomas Roundtree. And then Eastern Washington again. This goal coming 43 seconds later from Joel Lusk, their second goal of the game. And then the Vandals answered again, just 47 seconds later. It was Gunnar Sackerson that found the back of the net, and then it took less than a minute for Regan Graves to put the Idaho Vandals on top 3-2 in the second period. We have one more period remaining, and we'll be back in 17 minutes to see how this exciting one ends. You're watching Eastern Washington University men's hockey. Friends and family, we are back at the Eastern Washington URC for this final period of the weekend between the Eagles and the visiting University of Idaho Vandals. First time the Vandals have played the Eagles here in a number of years. They lost last night 6-0 to Eastern Washington, but take a second period lead of 3-2 into this final frame. The Vandals going to start shorthanded here, as hanging out in the box is going to be Ellis Jekyll. He's got 56 seconds remaining on his sentence for interference. 22 shots for the Eagles, 19 for the Vandals. In net for Eastern Washington today is the freshman netminder Sam Brash. Already 16 saves for him. Hasn't had a whole lot of traffic back there, but some heavy pressure from the Vandals. Face-off coming here directly in front of us at center ice. And it's won by Joel Lusk back to his teammate Asa Cheney. The Eagles starting out with Lusk, Thompson, and Hood up top, with Wells and Cheney on the back. Their power play unit out there. Lusk now using some speed, brings it along the right side. He's got it, circles back around, looking to find somebody. He's got Wells on the near side. Instead, fires it from atop the Pac 8 logo, bouncing puck out front. And Sam Thompson not able to get there. Thompson with it again. He's going to send it down the ice, and it's going to bounce off of the window to the leg pads of Sam Brash. 11 seconds left on the power play. The Eagles going to try and get down the ice one more time with this man advantage. And it's taken away in the center of the zone, passed out front. And Keefe may have wanted to take that shot. There was nobody there to help him, but a good heads-up pass by the Vandal forward. Bouncing puck out into the corner. First player there is Chadwick. Best now for the Eagles, trying to poke it in inside of that near post. But again, Silflo there to shut the door. Face-off coming on the far side of the ice. Jake Best squaring off against Oliver Keefe. And Best with the face-off win. It's going to be kept into the zone just barely. Now lost in the neutral zone by the Eagles, off the wall. Here comes Frank Flood off of the low side over the blue line. He's going to send it all the way to the far side corner. Cole Best over to Jake. Now right out front to Frank Flood. He's going to get a second attempt, a third attempt, and still cannot find the back of the net. Eastern Washington just can't get their sticks to the puck in the money area. The shot's just outside of the frame of the goal. We saw that at the tail end of the second period. Eastern Washington knocking on the door. Best, he's going to push it ahead to Flood. Flood's got Chadwick in front of him. He goes around her. Shot taken off of the arm of the netminder. Now Belair on the far side. Trying to use some of his agility there. Sends it to the near side. Cheney comes away with it. Now past Belair. It's going to go all the way to the far side. Not able to keep it in was Stevenson. He's just going to kick it in back behind the net. The Eagles reset as Wilson has the puck on the low wall. He's going to bounce it off. It's going to go all the way to the Zamboni corner as Wells is being trailed by Sackerson. Belair gets a stick out there, breaks up that pass. Now Laughlin. He pushes it ahead to Stevenson. Stevenson looking for an odd angle shot, able to keep it in as Wells at just the last moment, but only back to the stick of a Vandal. Cheney has it. He's going to push it up ahead. Now off of the wall. Into the neutral zone. Forced off of the puck was Vaughn. Eastern Washington still with it as Belair tries to push it ahead to Stevenson. He gets it to him down in the corner. Stevenson having to battle. Belair now with it. trying to find somewhere to go with it. He's able to get it to Tierney up at the blue line, but now taken away. And across the Eastern Washington blue line goes Sackerson. Fires that off of the window behind the cage. Rushing into the zone with Smith, but he's not able to get his stick on the puck. Now pushed ahead to Belair. He's going to throw it into the corner and then head back to the bench as the Vandals look to build out of their own end. Waiting at the blue line was Rebe. He's going to chase that back in behind the net. Dodges one hit. And now Lusk and Thompson battle for it. Teammates able to get it away to their own team. But now right back to Jekyll of the Vandals. Standing atop the center stripe is Midgarden. He's knocked out of the ice as he gives that one away. Eastern looking to build up on the far side, but can't make that first pass out of the zone. Now Thompson handles a check at the blue line by Midgarden. He's separated from the puck. But the action still in the Idaho end. Wells has it. Circles in front of his own net. He's going to go to the far side. Tries to feed it through the neutral zone. Knocks Midgarden off balance, but nobody in a black jersey there to pick up the puck. Midgarden right atop the center stripe. He's going to chop it in. Giving chase now is Keefe. Keefe put into the wall by Cheney, but not able to get the puck as Roundtree for the Vandals picks it up. Right out front. Roundtree trying to find an opening, and Brash closing every hole there. Has some pushing and shoving after the play, and that'll be an icing. So we'll go back down towards the Eastern Washington goal. If you're looking for a new or used vehicle or new or to you vehicle, be sure to visit veteran-owned Cheney Auto Sales at 133 First Avenue in Cheney, or visit online anytime at CheneyAutoSales.com. Another big thank you to the people that help make Eastern hockey possible. Puck over to the far side. Cheney forced into the wall, but he gets the puck up ahead to Hood. Heavy pressure from the Vandals. They're looking to add to their lead here with three guys on the forecheck. Now ahead to Thompson. He's tripped up a little bit from behind, loses the puck. And now the stretch pass look for Hagenbaugh. He's able to touch up the puck, so no icing. Now he battles Mac Tierney. There to clean it up is Lusk. Lusk now up the far side across the blue line. One hand on his stick. He's going to use his speed. Now he cuts towards the middle. Flood there. He's going to leave it for Lusk. Now bouncing back out front to Flood. And again, not able to get that shot off from close range are the Eagles. Eriks keeps that in. Quick pass down low and not handled by Flood. It's still in the zone. Giving chase is Wilson. Wilson now across the blue line. He's going to dump it in, send it around behind the Eastern Washington net. Quick turnaround, trying to get it out of the zone, but Ludwig there to keep it in for the Vandals. Puck goes to the far side, kicked away by Brash. Eastern not able to maintain any sustained possession here. A couple of errant shots in the attacking zone, but not able to really build up anything. Passing seems to be the weak point here in the third period. Cheney has it. He loses it along the wall, and now here come the Vandals the other way. Ludwig touches it up off of his stick to Wells. He's going to play it off of the end wall. And now up the near side. Cole Best has it knocked off of his stick, and now heading the other way is Jekyll. He's going to fire it in and out of the glove of Sam Brash. Brash doing a good job of making that first save, and the Eastern Washington defenseman clearing it out after that. Puck sent in by Rebe. Asking for icing is Brash. Didn't come from far enough out, and now Rebe on the far side. He's got Midgarden behind him. That's where he goes. Shot taken up into the netting. 12:53 to play in this third period. Eastern still out shooting the Vandals 27-21, but not able to find the back of the net since 4 minutes and 38 seconds into that second period. Shot taken from the top of the zone. Brash kind of turtles up a little bit, holds on to that one. We'll have another face-off. Eastern Washington picks it up in their own zone through the neutral zone. It's going to head all the way back to the defenseman Jekyll for Idaho. Now looking for that stretch pass heading the other way is Midgarden. He picked it up just past the blue line. Wasn't able to touch it up down low due to a high stick when he touched it. That puck out front to Smith. Tipped out front and a big save by Sam Brash. Smith again looking for that tip out front, and he was able to elevate the puck, but Brash read that well and got his body in front of it. Now the Vandals rebuilding in the neutral zone. Deep pass. Brash going to hold on to it. And with 12:05 to go, we'll have another stoppage on the Eastern Washington end of the ice. Face-off coming on the far side. Won by Eastern Washington. Eriks takes it off of the wall. Ahead to Lusk. Lusk ahead to Hood. Hood on the right side. He's not able to hold on to it. Has to chase the puck into the corner. Has Thompson out front. Hood with it again. Going to bring it into the right side. Now back into the center. Looking for where to go. Goes right out front. Looking for an easy pass to Lusk. And Lusk not able to make contact with it. Pushing it in deep to the zone is Keefe again. Looks for that shot, poked away at the last second. 11.5 to play for Eastern Washington. Chadwick with it now. Sends it back down in. Now along the right side goes Lusk. Lusk has a man in the middle. He tries to wing that and sends it all the way into the corner, and that's going to be another penalty for the Vandals. A trip this time. 11:11 showing on the clock. Eastern down by 1. And this is the first period, or first penalty for either team in this period. And Hagenbaugh going to have that honor. 8 minutes, 49 seconds into this period. Now, in fact, Jekyll picked up a penalty earlier this period as well. This is a trip for Hagenbaugh. Eastern Washington on the power play again, looking to pull even. Puck sent to the far side. Jake Best with it, overlapped by his brother. Now Jake with it still. Up top to Wells. Wells, a couple of steps on the blue line, back to the far side to Best. He's going to take a shot. Blocked down into the corner by the netminder. This one bouncing in the center of the zone, chopped back in by Cheney. Chasing it into the corner is Cole Best. Now Jake on the far side. Up to Wells. Wells, a high dump to Cole Best down low. Looks like something they've drawn up in practice a couple of times. Cole knew exactly where that was going to go. Ludwig tries to dig it out of there. Can't get any sustained possession. Wells able to hold on to it. And the Eagles back into the neutral zone. Cheney going to bring it across the blue line. Tries to fire a shot from the near side. 1:04 left to play on the power play, and that's going to go all the way back down the ice. Cheney giving chase. Brash out of his net. On the forecheck is Vaughn. Cheney ahead to Flood. Flood all the way across the ice to Best. They're going to say it wasn't touched, but no icing as it went straight to the goal mouth. Sent back to the Eastern Washington blue line by the netminder Silflo. Eastern still on the power play, but only able to get one shot so far. Tierney on the right side, thinks about the shot, tries to take it more towards the goal mouth, heads towards the front, loses an edge, and ends up on the side of the cage. 27 seconds left on the power play for Eastern Washington. 9:38 left to play in the contest. Eagles still trail the Vandals 3-2. No goals scored since the 6:03 mark of the second period. They're going to bring the faceoff out into the neutral zone, laying some of the blame for that net dislodgement on Frank Flood. Actually, I think that was Mac Tierney. My apologies. Tierney going to give chase now. He's got to get there first. It's coming with speed as Crane. Tierney gets it, turns at the goal line. Crane takes a shortcut in front of the net, still giving fits to Mac Tierney. Tierney, 5 seconds left on the power play. The Eagles only one shot. on that power play as it expires and exiting the box is Hagenbaugh. He's going to come straight into the play. Little backhanded pass as Lusk overskated it, but nobody there in a black jersey. Thompson with it now. Thompson pushes it ahead to Hood. Hood has one man in front of him. He's trying to take it to the goal mouth. He's knocked off of the puck. Now overskates it as the Vandals try and bring it up the low wall. Wells chops it back in, but can't get it past the stick of Roundtree. Cheney going to pick that up. Gives it ahead to Hood. Hood makes one man miss. He's got Lusk in front of him. He touches it up. Now Lusk chasing down into the corner. Thompson not able to keep it in, but Cheney able to corral the puck. Finally, Thompson touched it up at the center line, and now back to Cheney in the corner. Wells tried to push that up. A baseball-type swing by Laughlin. Still with the puck is Cheney. He tries to get it ahead to Stevenson. Stevenson gets it ahead to Cole Best, but just a bit behind him. A couple of passes to the backs of the skates of the Eagles here in this one. Laughlin thinks about it, fires a shot into the glove of Silflo. 5'10", first-year Eagle from Everett, Washington. Duncan Laughlin with that shot. 7:50 left to play in this one. Eastern Washington coming into this game 1-6. They'd really like to leave 2-6, but that's going to require them to find the back of the net here in the next 8 minutes. Breaking away out front was Bobby Ludwig, but couldn't corral that puck. Almost had an opportunity on the stretch pass to just walk right in. Belair now chasing it down the right side. Another first-year player for Eastern Washington. Stevenson having to fight with Jaco back behind the net. Now Belair digging in there to get that puck. He's knocked away, able to keep his skates and keep the puck. This one's sent all the way back down the ice to Mac Tierney. Tierney, a transfer from Grand Canyon University last year. Shot taken from the top of the blue line. All gray jerseys in the slot. Finally, Eastern Washington gets there. Some pushing and shoving around the net. Tierney finally able to get rid of the puck, and that's going to be a hold. So Eastern going to go back on the power play as Sam Brash has the door open for him. No swan dives here, and now Eastern Washington with a 6-on-5 advantage as Duncan Laughlin has that one taken off of his stick, but no harm, no foul as the Eagles going to head back to the power play. 13 minutes and 19 seconds into this one, or 13 minutes, 19 seconds into this third period. It's going to be Harrison Smith for a hold. So again, the Eagles with an opportunity to get back in this, but the special teams have not been their forte this year like they have like it has in the past. Jake Best has it knocked off of his stick down low. Corrals it again. Thinks about the shot. Gets it back out front. Now up top to Wells. Wells down to the right side to Cole Best. Cole loses his skates, but Jake Best overlaps. Jake Best with the puck. Circles. Takes a couple of steps in. Leaves it off for his brother Cole. Cole now back down to Jake. Looking for Cole as he's crashing the net. Back up top to Cheney. Cheney thinks about the shot. Bouncing puck right out front and just not able to get his stick to it was Frank Flood. Flood diving and just inches away from being able to poke that one in the back door. Good positioning by Eastern Washington. Jake Best takes it. Pressure now from Rebe. He has to fight off Rebe. Can't get the puck out of the zone. And now Cole Best going to circle back and hold on to it. 1:05 left to play on the power play. 1 minute as he comes across his own blue line. Cole Best still with the puck. Chops it in as he crosses the center line. But that's going to be winged all the way back down, backhanded by Paulson to the goal mouth. Cheney having to step up to that one. Off of the wall, kind of halfway chops it towards Wells. Now back to Cheney on the near side. Cheney pushes it ahead to, that was Lusk, but then sent back up into the netting by Reagan Graves. 5:17 left in the game. 37 seconds left on the power play, but of course you can see that thanks to the new fancy technology that our booster club has provided. Now we have a new scoreboard camera, so you can see exactly what's happening without having to rely on the graphics that we provide. If you want to help out the Booster Club, head over to EaglesHockeyBoosters.com or find them on Facebook at Eagles Hockey Boosters. They're the ones that help make all of this possible. Lusk with it across the blue line. He's got Thompson out front. Lusk still with it, circles the zone. Makes one man miss, brings it out front, takes the shot, and into the glove of Jack Silflo. Best opportunity on the last couple of power plays for Eastern Washington, and Silflo shuts the door. His 29th save of the contest, just 9 seconds left before Harrison Smith exits the box. Wells on the far side. He's going to go to Flood. Back to Wells. He scored the first goal from distance tonight. Now Flood on the far side. Fires it. It's going to go near side to Cheney. Cheney wings that towards the net. Now back to the back door to Lusk. He's knocked off of the puck. Able to hold on to it for a second. Now Wells with a shot from distance. The Vandals looking to head the other way as they are back to full strength. Keefe with a shot on the right side. That's going to go up into the netting with 4:22 to play. .422 left to play. Eastern trailing 3-2. The Vandals looking to add to their score here. But Eastern Washington not going away. On the far side is Best. He's got Flood on the far side. Frank Flood, forehand, backhand, back of the net. Frank Flood does it again. Mr. Clutch, Frank Flood does it again for Eastern Washington. This goal coming 15:49 of the third period. It is Frank Flood with the goal. That goal officially coming 15:49 of the third period, and the Vandals answer again. Eastern Washington not able to hold the lead for any more than a minute here in this one. And just like that, it's Bobby Ludwig that quiets this crowd. So this one taking 42 seconds from the Eastern goal to the Idaho goal. The Eagles again, 42 seconds of elation, and now back to trailing by one. Now Eastern looking to do it again. Here comes Isaac Hood. He has it knocked off of his stick. So a high dump into the neutral zone, bouncing puck at the blue line. Tierney chases it. He's going to go to the far side to Eriks. Eriks ahead to the feet of Hood. An accidental here as Isaac Hood just happened to find that one at his feet, but a good pickup as he drove that one towards the net, but not what Eastern Washington needs with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. They're going to head back to the penalty box. And if you're looking to capitalize on these goals and find your way back into the contest, this is not how you're going to do it. So this one coming 16:44 of the third. And it's going to be Hood, which is not somebody that that you want in the box this late in the game. That last Eastern Washington goal, officially 15:49, Flood from the Best brothers. A bouncing puck right back into Sam Brash. Mostly an accident there, it looked like. Now Flood going to have to chase. And we'll see what this call is. They're going to bring this one into the attacking zone for Eastern Washington. 1:48 left on the penalty. Bouncing puck still on top of the faceoff dot. Now finally found by Wilson. He's going to take it behind his own net, and the Vandal defenseman just going to hold on to it. They're looking to set something up. 1:37 left to play on this power play. Under 3 left in the period. This one pushed out front. Keefe not able to get his stick to it. And then Flood chops it all the way down the ice. Jake Best going to give his best effort to try and get there before Wilson does. And he meets Wilson at the puck. And Wilson able to sneak away around the Vandals' goal. So now here come the Vandals through the neutral zone. Jake Best not giving it up. Following Wilson all the way down the ice, planting him into the wall, but the puck still in the attacking zone for the Vandals. This one right out front. Brash on his backside, but again cleared with 1 minute left on the power play. When this expires, Eastern going to have just over a minute. You would expect Sam Brash to head to the bench as Hood exits the box. This one right out front. Now a chance for Cole Best. That kicked away. Back behind the net now as Stevenson giving some heavy pressure. Cole Best able to keep this one in. He's going to send it back around. 30 seconds left on the power play. Puck pushed ahead by the Vandals, who now have numbers. A 3-on-2 opportunity for Idaho. It's going to go near side now. Shot taken all the way off into the corner by Paulson. 15 seconds left on the power play. Tierney has it. He's going to try and send it all the way around, but quickly there is Graves to keep it in. Bouncing puck. Eastern's going to have to get possession here. Tierney with it. 2 seconds left on Hood's penalty. That's going to skirt out into the neutral zone with Lusk. Lusk has Hood on the far side. That's where he's going to go with it, and just a bit too deep. Now Thompson a shot from distance. That's going to wing all the way up top. 1 minute left in this contest. The Eastern down by 1. Netminder still in the goal. As Cheney has it now. Pushed ahead to Hood. Hood on the right side. Sam Brash still in net. Lays it off for Lusk. Lusk kicked away by the netminder. Silflo standing on his head. Bouncing puck right out front. Again, a miss by Eastern Washington from close range. Now Cheney trying to go through traffic. Can't get it any further than Ludwig. And now Brash to the bench with 30 seconds left. Mishandled puck. Eastern Washington not in control. Now they have the puck. Wells gives it away. 20 seconds left to play. Here comes Flood. Flood into the zone. 10 seconds left. That's going to be a trip. Eastern Washington going to get a 6-on-4 power play coming with 11.2. I would be surprised if Eastern didn't take a timeout here to draw something up off of this faceoff. Big faceoff win as heading to the box is Oliver Keefe for kneeing. So he's going to spend the rest of the game there likely. Eastern Washington, 11.2 seconds, a 6-on-4 power play opportunity, trailing by 1 on a Saturday night here in Cheney in front of a raucous crowd. It's all going to come down to what head coach Brad Baker can draw up coming out of this timeout, and a big face-off win opportunity for the Eagles, who have outshot the Vandals 35-22 tonight. Goal scorers in this period. Frank Flood opened it up, and then just a few seconds later, it was Bobby Ludwig that put the team back, put the Vandals back on top. Eagles still circling around their bench. The Vandals back in their own end here. And here come the Eagles. Lusk going to take the face-off against Cameron Rebe. Face-off won by Rebe. He's just going to tackle the puck. Flood gets it out front. Flood again. Floats it towards the goal mouth. Bouncing puck out front. 4 seconds left to play. And that's going to do it as the Vandals able to clear the puck down the ice. and walk away with a stunner here on a Saturday night in Cheney, taking a 4-3 victory over the hometown Eastern Washington Eagles after the Eagles able to win 6-0 last night. Taking a look back at this, the Vandals just would not let the Eagles stay on top. We ended the first period level at 0, and it only took 3 minutes and 22 seconds into that second period for Trent Wells to find the 5-hole of Jack Silflo from distance on the power play to put the Eagles up by 1. But then just 33 seconds later, it was Thomas Roundtree that found the back of the net to pull the Vandals back even. Then just 43 seconds after that, it was Joel Lusk for Eastern Washington that would put them back up by 1 in the second period. But it would only take another 47 seconds for the Vandals to strike again, this time coming off of the stick of Gunnar Sackerson. And then another 40 seconds after that, 42 seconds after that, it was Reagan Graves that put the Vandals up 3-2 at the end of the second period. Eastern would come out and score 15 minutes and 49 seconds into the third period, thanks to Frank Flood, putting the Eagles square at 3. But then just 42 seconds later, it was number 45 for the Vandals, Bobby Ludwig, who would put the Vandals back on top for good. Eastern falls to 1-7 on the season. They'll be back here next weekend to take on the University of Washington Huskies. You can watch us online or head on down here. You can get your tickets at EWUEaglesHockey.com. Thank you to all of our sponsors, Tea Party Podcast, Barrel House Pub and Pizza, Box for Fighting, Northwest Signature Hockey Apparel, Cheney Auto Sales, and the Eastern Washington Booster Club. For our camera gal, Harper, for our graphics gal, Kayla, for the missing Gary Allen, and everybody here at the Eastern Washington University men's hockey team. My name's Tyler Pisani saying good night, go Eags, and we'll see you at the Barrel House.